Everyone admired Maya for her strength. They'd say it in hushed, respectful tones. I don't know how she did it. They'd say it with awe. She's so mature. They said it as if forgiveness were a medal she wore proudly. But no one ever asked what it cost her. Years earlier, Maya's life had split cleanly in two before and after. Before, she laughed easily, trusted deeply, believed that love, once given, would always be protected. After, she learned how fragile trust really was. The betrayal had come from someone she loved without question, someone she had defended when others warned her, someone she had chosen again and again even when her instincts whispered otherwise. When the truth surfaced, it shattered her. Friends urged her to walk away angry. Family told her she deserved justice. Strangers on the internet would have called it empowerment. But Maya chose forgiveness, not because it was easy. Not because the wound was small, but because holding anger felt heavier than the pain itself. I forgive you, she had said, her voice steady even as her heart cracked. And the world applauded. What they didn't see were the nights afterward when forgiveness echoed back at her like an accusation. Why didn't I leave sooner? Why did I ignore the signs? Why did I allow this to happen? Maya rebuilt her life carefully. New apartment, new routines, new boundaries. She smiled when people praised her growth, but inside, a quiet trial never ended. She replayed every moment, every choice, every silence she mistook for peace. She forgave them for the betrayal, but she punished herself for trusting. At work, she excelled, driven by the need to prove she was not weak. In relationships, she kept a polite distance, confusing self-protection with healing. Forgiveness had freed the other person, it had imprisoned her. One autumn afternoon, Maya volunteered at a community center, helping organize a small writing workshop. She didn't plan to participate, only to supervise. But the facilitator smiled at her and said, "Everyone writes." Even if it's just for themselves, the prompt was simple. Write a letter to someone you've forgiven but haven't fully healed from. Maya's pen hovered. She didn't write their name, she wrote her own. Dear me, I forgive you for not knowing what you know now. Her breath caught, the words poured out. She wrote about loving deeply, about hoping fiercely, about staying because she believed people could change. She wrote about the courage it took to forgive and the cruelty of turning that same judgment inward. Tears blurred the page. You weren't foolish for trusting. You were brave for loving. You weren't weak for staying. You were human. For the first time, Maya realized something painful and freeing. Forgiveness is incomplete when it excludes yourself. She had mistaken self-blame for accountability. She thought carrying guilt meant she had learned. But guilt hadn't made her wiser. It had only made her smaller. That night, she stood in front of her bathroom mirror, studying her reflection, older, quieter, but still standing. I forgive you, she whispered. The words felt unfamiliar, fragile, necessary. Healing didn't arrive all at once. It came slowly through gentler self-talk, through releasing the need to be strong all the time, through allowing herself to grieve the version of her that loved without fear. Maya still believed in forgiveness, but now, she understood its truest form. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what hurt you. It's about refusing to punish yourself for surviving it. Some wounds heal only when we stop blaming ourselves for being human. Subscribe to Tale Studio for stories that explore forgiveness, healing, and the quiet strength it takes to begin again.